So, good afternoon and welcome back to the channel. I'm going to do the video that I had to sort of prolong out through the transfer window because, sort of things sort of changed. I thought some teams were going to finish above each other, some teams were going to finish below each other. But I have got around to finally doing it. It is the Premier League predictions and also other competitions like the Champions League, Conference League, etc. etc. Before we do get into it, we've now reached 40 subscribers, of course, so I think we are 9 subs off 50 subscribers, so if we can get that going quickly, that would be great. So yeah, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and share the content around. Now, I'm going to start off with the European places for the Premier League season. So we'll go straight to, I guess, the Conference League place. I'm going to go Newcastle. I think it's going to be a mad take, but I think Eddie Howe has taken them as far as they can. That's not really a recency bias, obviously, because obviously they have lost 3 out of the opening 4 Premier League games. They beat Aston Villa 5-1, albeit they had hard games after that, but at the same time, sort of the decisions by Eddie Howe in those games have been a bit odd, so I think the Champions League will be a massive distraction. So I'm going to go Newcastle 7 to get the Conference League place. Well, I don't know how it works now. I guess we'll find out in the future. Because that might be a Europa League place. I think 8th might be a Conference League place. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I'll go for Newcastle 7th. 6th place, I'm going to go with Spurs. I think this at times this season they will play like pretty football, which they have been. They've been alright to watch, to be fair, but I don't think the depth of their squad is actually good enough. I think, if Basuma gets an injury, that's them going back to Højbjerg in midfield, or maybe even Oliver Skip, which I don't think is good enough at all. So I'm going to go with 6th for Tottenham. 5th, which is the Champions League places now this season, for some reason, but I've got my thoughts on that. But yeah, 6th, I'm going to go with Tottenham. I'm not sorry, I'm the 5th, sorry, I'm going to go with Chelsea. I was doing a bit of a tussle between Chelsea and Spurs, but I think because Chelsea has a bigger squad. Oh, sorry about that.
Someone is at the front door.
Yeah, my bad. I don't know what that was about. So I think Chelsea have a bigger squad, but I think it will help them, albeit they haven't been, they haven't been like, how do I say it, good at all really, because they've been, they beat Luton 3-0, but let's be honest, you're expected to beat Luton, and I think if that is the only game they won this season, because they obviously lost to Forest at last weekend at the time of recording this. They lost to West Ham. They drew the opening games to Liverpool, which they should have won, and yeah, I think they should have won on the balance of play. But yeah, I think they'll go 5th. 4th, I'm gonna go with Manchester United, and the reason I say that is because their club's in turmoil at the minute, and I don't really see, maybe in January when they can actually buy players again, I don't see how they're going to resolve their issues, because you've got the Anthony situation, which, is very mad. Got the Sancho Ten Hag saga, which is very odd as well, and they're just not playing good football in the minute, and I know they nearly held out for a 1-1 draw at the Emirates last weekend, but the stuff going on off the pitch with the ownership as well, I think that's going to affect them this season, and maybe, just maybe, Ten Hag might get sacked. I think he's at the moment, along with maybe Arteta, with the top 6 managers, maybe even Pochettino as well. I think they'll probably get one of them, 3, maybe all of them, or maybe just 2 of them. They might get sacked this season, so I'm going with Manchester United 4th. Liverpool, I'm going to go with 3rd place because they've strengthened the midfield, albeit Endo's not great in my opinion. Szoboszlai's decent. I don't know how to say his name, and McAllister's a good player. I know they're probably a couple of injuries away from having to have a very bad midfield, but at the same time, they got goals up the pitch, and I think that may edge it over Manchester United this season. Put it in the comments below, because I think Liverpool may edge it, but at the same time, things will happen during the season. And look, I may come back to this and look like a cry idiot, but yeah, I'm going to go Liverpool 3rd, maybe Manchester United 3rd, I don't know. 2nd, I'm going to go Arsenal, and the thing is with this time, I don't think it will be as good as last season, because yeah, I get it. We finished the second. Apparently, to most fans, is good, which for me is unacceptable, considering we were 8 points clear in April. And look, I don't think we'll be in the title race this year. I think City will just piss the title, if I'm being honest. So yeah, I'll go Arsenal second, and obviously, like I said, Manchester City champions by at least 90 points. Yeah, that club's just relentless, if I'm being honest. And yeah, I don't see how they don't win the title. You know, they got Erling Haaland, brought in Doku, they brought in Kovacic, who looks a decent player for them. Yeah, I don't see where they falter. With relegation, I'm gonna speak straight up on this. The three that came up, I'm gonna go straight down again because Burnley trying to play nice football, but it ain't working. Sheffield United, I don't think they've got enough goals in them, and same with Luton. Yeah, I think Luton, I think goes in that order. So Burnley 18th, Sheffield United 19th, and then Luton 20th. With regards to the cups, Man City, they're going to do the domestic treble, in my opinion. I don't think they'll do the treble this year because I'll say that in my reason why in a minute. But I don't see how they don't. And considering in the League Cup they got knocked out of Southampton, which was up there on the worst City performances I've seen. Or under Pep Guardiola anyway. Yeah, I think they're going to go for the domestic treble. Conference League, Aston Villa. Unai Emery's European pedigree is unreal, especially in the Europa League, and the fact that he managed to get to a Champions League semi with Villarreal, and even got Arsenal in a good decent European run, albeit we got slapped in the final. I think they got a good chance to actually win the Conference League, and I think they will. They had a decent transfer window, brought in Pau Torres, Moussa Diaby, who I don't really rate, but I think he's a Villa level player in my opinion. So yeah, I think they will do that. Europa League, I'm going to go with Sevilla. I think they'll finish third in their group in the Champions League, drop down and win it because that's what Sevilla do. They've got 7 Europa Leagues now, and I think they'll go with their 8th one this year. Or doesn't matter what they do in the league. In the big moments in Europe, not Champions League, but in Europa and below, they turn up all the time. So we'll go with Sevilla, and then the Champions League, I'm going to go with Real Madrid. Can I just say Jude Bellingham? The way he just walks into Real Madrid and just fitted in like a glove is mad. Someone of that age, like 19, I think he is, and he just looks like he's been there for about his whole life. So yeah, that's just good to watch in my opinion, and yeah, and the squad that they've got, Don Carlo at the wheel, obviously, who I want at Arsenal. Yeah, they'll walk the Champions League. Remember, they'll walk the Champions League, but they'll walk their league, in my opinion, and then just I think they'll end up being just come unstuck and just champions of Europe again. Don Carlo get another one, and then that is about it. Yeah. So that is my prediction. So just a quick recap: Man City win the title. FA obviously doing the domestic treble, Conference League Villa, Europa League Sevilla, and Madrid the main champions of Europe. So let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think. So yeah, that's about it. So remember, like, sub, share on the road to 50 subscribers. So get that done as soon as possible. We can start the road to 60, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's it. I guess in a bit.